What's up everyone, Gids here for another video, and today it's 2 days left before Crystal of Atlan launches. Super excited for this game, man. It's coming out so soon, man. It's so fast. Anyways, for today's video, we are going to talk about the beginner guides that have been posted all over the social media of Crystal of Atlan. So these are official guides, basically, right? So we're gonna take a stroll through them because when I was looking at these guides, I feel like I wouldn't understand this one if I was a beginner and had no idea about the game. And so here we are. We're going to break down each and every slide or photo for everyone so that we get to understand it more. And also, this is a huge help for me as well because if I missed to deliver any good information from the past few videos that I have uploaded, then this is a good way to actually review everything that I have posted, right? So, let's go. Okay, beginner's guide account system. So for the account system, we have character slots. Oh, you can create up to 6 characters. Oh, I didn't know that. Up to 6? Okay. Now we know. Now it's confirmed actually. So yeah, basically why you want multiple characters. I think I mentioned this before. Multiple characters can help funnel resources into your main account, making your progression so much faster. Also helps out with farming legendary items and also gold. You also get stats by leveling all your characters in the whole account. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also a way to unlock characters here. So okay, so you can purchase character cards to activate new character slots. I think first 5 is free and then the 6th one will be requiring the character slot. I think that's how it works. And then gifts. Whenever a new class is released, you will be gifted a new character so you can experience more classes. I'm actually covering this part up. It's right there, right there. Okay, let me move here for now. So yeah, okay, that's pretty cool then because they're gonna give us free character slots whenever a new class is up so that we get to actually experience it. That's pretty nice. Okay, next up we have the beginner's guide energy system. So for each character that you have, it has its own energy. So this energy is what's used to enter dungeons. Okay? Dungeons do your daily tasks and gain XP most of the time. Alright, so account energy, this is something that is unlocked at level 60 once one character that you have. So it says it here, right? So once one character reaches level 60, you should be able to unlock account energy. I might explain account energy later on because it's not really relevant in the first few days. First 5 days, I think it's not yet relevant. As soon as you get to level 60, this is going to be relevant. I think best usage for account energy is to use it for leveling your alt accounts because once you've used up all the character energy for a character, you will not be receiving any extra rewards or any equipment rewards from the drops anymore, but you will still be able to receive XP. But if your main character is already max level, then you don't need the XP. The XP is best used by alt characters. So use the account energies for alt characters. Alright. Energy replenishment. Okay, so whenever you're out of energy, you can actually recover energy here. So 5 points of energy with the battery pack restores 10 points and then 20 points for energy box. Okay. I think battery has a 10 limit per day usage. So you can restore up to 50 energy per day with this one. But usually as a free-to-play, I think you get only 10 energy from this one. You usually get 2 battery per day. Battery pack, I think this one's also 1 per day for a free-to-play player, but max that you can use per day is 2. And then this one, I don't know the limit because I never got this one. But anyways, my advice for using energy or batteries is to use it late game farming. Don't use it in the early game dungeons because it's such a waste of energy because most of the dungeons have a fixed amount of energy requirements to enter, and a low level dungeon that has very little XP has the same energy cost as a high level dungeon with higher XP. So it's better to use this one in the later stages of the game than in the early game. Next up, we have storage systems. So, okay, storage is divided into personal storage and account storage. So your character can have its own personal storage, and then account storage is something that's shared account-wide. So all your other characters will be able to access account storage. There are some items that are not possible to be put on account storage. So yeah, those things are not transferable, meaning those are character bound. Okay, so only the current character's items can be stored here. Some special event items cannot be stored. Yep. Account storage. So items from all characters on your account can be stored here. You can store gear and items in the account storage and transfer them to other characters. Okay. Important notes. There is a cooldown for storing gear inside the storage, and epic gear requires special items like transfer stones to be transferred in the account storage. When the storage space is insufficient, use expansion box to expand space. Okay, so this is basically saying what I mentioned before, that for epic and legendary rarity equipments, you're going to require an item to be able to put it into account storage and access it for the other characters that actually need it. Okay, so yeah, that's how important account storage is. Also, expansion box is available for all the storage spaces as well, bag spaces that you have. So yeah, if you're running out of spaces, I think you can buy some bag spaces from Arena Shop. So at least we have that. Okay, next up. Okay, interface. Ooh, wait. All right. First up, we have character panel. So this is this thing right here. So this is where you see your level, HP, then your current energy. Next, you have your quest bar. So quickly access all important quests here. So all your main quests, side quests, and then event bar. So okay, shop, event, benefits, and other important activities. So whenever you see exclamation point, just click it, right? Event notification. So whenever there's ongoing events, you will see it on this part right here. There's nothing going on at the moment. Next up, all daily quests and important daily activities are listed here. So yeah, for any daily routine stuff, you will be able to see it here. Next is a menu bar. So check your character progression, important possessions, or adjust game settings here. Okay, so yeah, this is the main menu for everything. You can also press escape key to view this thingy right here. All right, and lastly, we have your quick slots. So you can open your character, backpack, equipment, and potions on this side of the screen right here. Okay, now we're moving on to gear systems. Okay, so for gear acquisition, these are the ways how you can actually gain gear. So dungeon combat. So clearing dungeons is the most basic one. Like this is where you get most of your gear. Again, there's the Abyssal Purgatory right here, Hex Chest, Void Realm. And then crafting. So crafting is going to make use of materials. So this, again, I mentioned this in my 10 tips video. Don't craft early game, just craft in the end game, late game. Okay? And then directly combine gear by using epic shards. Okay, so shards as well. You can farm this one from Void Realm. Okay, I mentioned this one already. And then special events. Yeah, special events. This one, this thing right here is actually pretty good because it gives you +7 weapons whenever you level to level 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So you never really need to craft weapons until you're level 55 because you're gonna get some okay gear from this event right here. And I think that's activated as soon as the game launches as well. Pretty good stuff right here. Okay, special gear, so relics. Okay, relics are special gear that you unlock, I think, at level 58. If I'm not mistaken, it's either level 56 or level 58. Relics have special effects based on the total number of enhancements you have on all your equipments. So yeah, for example, this one is just taking in the total of all the gears that they have. So plus 22, 22, blah, 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 23. So you're just going to total everything here and the total is 243. And based on the total number that you have, there's actually brackets to the relic stats, and we will probably just explore this one later on once we have it in the game. Next, we have PvP gear. So this is special gear that only works in PvP. Okay, so this is only for arena 1v1s and 3v3s. And the way you can purchase them or acquire them is through redeeming it or from the arena shop. Mentioned this before, the stat difference of the blue gear versus the pink gear is not really a lot. So a person with blue gear but actually knows what they're doing can still beat a person with full pink gear in PvP. Okay, gear system, gear crafting priority. Let's see what they are saying here. So weapons, a weapon's quality and level determine its damage output. Weapons give you the biggest damage boost out of all gear, so it's usually best to craft them first. Yes, that makes sense. However, if you don't have the crafting materials, it doesn't really make sense. So yeah, you're gonna have to make do with whatever you have. But yeah, it does make sense to actually prioritize weapons first, because damage is basically king in this game. Everyone's a DPS character. If you're not doing any damage, then you're kind of a liability, and clearing dungeons is going to become very, very annoying if you don't really have damage. Next, you have relics. Again, this thing is unlocked later on in the game, so you don't really have to worry about this one. But basically, getting higher enhancement levels is going to be good for your relics. Relics can be crafted later on. There are relics that you can craft based from, what do you call this, void gear as well. So it's easily craftable. Next is set effects. So there are really good set effects. Again, I mentioned void equipments, but again, void equipments should only be used as filler equipments for your legendary sets. Whenever you get any of legendary equipment pieces for your 5 set, you should prioritize that over these void sets right here. Okay, gear enhancements. Oh, okay. So this is going to tell you what you get for upgrading your gear. So after you enhance your gear, you get a higher defense shred attribute, letting them deal massive damage. Enhancing to certain level unlocks special visual. Oh, there's visual effects. I actually didn't know that there's visual effects whenever you do higher enhancement levels. That's cool. Okay, for armor, so enhancing armor increases your P damage reduction, HP, physique, strength, intelligence, and other attributes, helping them withstand more physical damage. Okay, so this is just more armor survivability. Jewelry, so accessories, so it's your bracer, necklace, and ring. Enhancing jewelry increases your strength, intelligence, and M damage reduction attributes, helping them withstand more magic damage. Okay, so magic damage and then strength, intelligence is basically your damage, main damage source. Okay, and then lastly here we have seals and talismans. After you enhance your seals and talismans, you get even higher death shred. More damage again, and then nullification as well. I think enhancing everything here will give you more nullification. I explained nullification briefly from yesterday's video. Basically, it's a stat check for whether you can or cannot enter higher level dungeons. So the higher nullification stat that you have, the better. Most of the time. It doesn't really do much for your overall strength, but it just indicates that you are strong enough to enter dungeons. Next, we have resonance. I think I explained this earlier. Why are they putting it up here again? Resonance level is just the total. Yeah, this is the total of all enhancements that you have. Oh, damn, that's cool. There's actually appearance and visual effects for resonance level that you have. Yo, this is actually cool. I didn't know this one. This is nice. I didn't know this one. Good to know, I guess. Okay, next up, calibration. Okay, so in this game, the stats are usually kind of fixed, because once you 100% calibrate everything, the stats are almost similar across the board, but some gear just drop with better calibration at the start. Some don't really have that. So yeah, so you're going to need calibration compass or an advanced calibration compass. So usually it's pretty easy to max upgrade your equipments to 100% calibration anyway. So usually want to use calibration compass first and try to get at least 60, 70, 80% calibration on the normal calibration compass, and then use an advanced calibration compass, because advanced calibration compass is guaranteed to increase the stats, so it's not randomized. Calibration compass is going to randomize the stats that you currently have. It can go lower, it can go higher, but if you have a lot of calibration compasses, then you should be okay. Okay, let's see what they're saying here. Using it randomly changes your gear's attributes. The attributes values may go up and down. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was saying. It's random. Next one, this one is only going up. Okay, advanced calibration compass only goes up. Calibration items. Okay, important notes. When you're using it, it's best to use calibration compass first. Yep. Then use the advanced compass. Okay, yeah. So this makes sense, right? Use the calibration compass first. Try to get the most out of your calibration compass before using the advanced calibration compass. Once you use your advanced compass, don't use the normal ones, because this is just going to randomize everything again. Okay, so you're just griefing yourself. Okay, power enhancement. We have insignias. Okay, so insignias are like sockets or gems that you socket into equipment. So there are different insignias that you can equip to your equipments. Okay, so yeah, there's different rarity. It follows the same rarity as equipment. So blue, purple, pink, and orange. Okay, higher quality means better for sure. And then upgrading. Okay, so for upgrading, okay, you need one identical and several other with the same quality. So if you want to upgrade this one, you need to have one copy and then multiple random ones that are of the same quality. So if it's purple, 2 purples plus 1 copy. Okay. If you want to swap out your current insignia, you can transfer it using an insignia transfer stone. Insignia, you don't want to be putting this on your early game gear because you don't want to be wasting this item right here. Okay, so just put it on your end game gear. Only pink and above equipments should have insignias. Next, we have circuits. Okay, circuits are basically like your artifacts in Genshin Impact. So this is the one with randomized attributes. Okay, so you have a main stat and then you have substats that are random. So you can just min-max this one. You're gonna get a lot of these circuits anyways once you start farming Abyssal Purgatory, so on your dailies. So yeah, RNG could be good or could be bad for this one because it's rolling substats as you can see here. So you have your main stat up here and you can unlock up to 4 substats. So yellow insignias can unlock up to 4 substats. So of course pink will have 3, blue will have 2, so on and so forth, right? So yeah, so you can see here there are specific insignias that you can put on specific equipment. So head, hands, feet will have the time circuit with stats as crit rate and crit damage. So whichever one you need more, if you need more crit rate, go for the crit rate one. If you need more crit damage, go for crit damage. Next we have chest and legs. This one, base HP is the main stat for everything. Next we have seal and talisman. We have skill damage or elemental damage. So elemental damage is usually good for characters that have mono elemental abilities, but for multiple elemental damages, it's usually best to just go with skill damage, right? So elemental damage usually is good for characters like, which ones do elemental damage? I think Gunner is mostly fire. I think that's it, no? Elementalist has a lot of elements, but if you want to focus on lightning or fire, you can definitely just do that as well. Okay, but usually you would prefer skill damage. And then next we have radiant circuit, so weapon or jewelry, so dual attack. This is basically your physical damage or magic damage. All right, next we have pets. Okay, I think I mentioned pets before. So pets can give you stats, can give you passive abilities as well, and some active abilities. You can deploy up to 2 pets in battle. So whenever you use the ability of the first one, the other pet will come up and will become active, and you can use its ability as well. And then pet enhancement, you need 2 extra copies of a pet to be able to max upgrade it. Okay, so you can get so you need 3 to guarantee a max level pet. Okay, you can also upgrade their skills and it will cost you some materials right here, but I think you'll be able to encounter that later on anyway, so should be good. Okay, currency and trading system. So currency types, we have 4: gold, bound gold, prismadium, and opal. Oh, they're called that. Okay, so prismadium is basically your free-to-play opal. So this is the one that you get if you sell gold. Okay, so gold is the one that you can sell. Bound gold, you can't sell this one. So yeah, but both gold right here can be used for enhancement and crafting. Okay, prismadium can be used to buy everything actually in the shop. So anything that can be purchased with cash or with opal can be purchased with prismadium. So if you want to whale out and summon for pets, this can be a gacha currency, or you can use this one to purchase costumes for your character. And I still recommend just buying costumes instead of gachaing for the pets. Okay, and then opal is something that you get from top up. Okay, trading system. So we do have a trading house in the game. The only problem is that it's limited to only pink equipment when it comes to gear. Okay, so you will not be able to see any legendary equipments in here, which is kind of okay, kind of bad, but I think it's fine, right? So at least you can actually purchase equipments for alts right here. So pink equipments are pretty good for alt characters for their daily farming stuff. And also this is a good place for you to be able to buy enhancing materials and insignias for insignias that you need upgrading. Okay, Next, we have the consignment house. This is where you sell and buy gold. So yeah, this is again the most important place for gold. Okay, dungeon system. So main quest dungeons, you should already know this one. It's pretty basic. So it's divided in story mode and elite mode. Okay, and then there's also abyss dungeons that you can unlock for the boss mode. So mainly these are used, or you can farm these things for XP and for some equipment, and mainly insignia. XP mainly for alt character farming. If you are not going to, or if you are already using account energy, these places are really good for farming XP. And then we have Abyssal Purgatory. So I mentioned this from yesterday. This is where you get your legendary equipments. Okay, Void Dungeons. Okay, Void Dungeons, this is something you unlock, I think, level 40 to 45. Okay, so this is where you can get the materials to craft the Void equipments. So Void accessories, Void equipments, again, treat them as filler equipments. But this one right here, Void Nest at level 60, this one's really good because it has the yellow insignia plus some good stuff as well, shards as well. So this one's pretty hard, but you have a weekly limit of 3 entries and then daily limit of 1. So yeah, this is a pretty hard and challenging dungeon. So this is where nullification system is going to be first introduced. So this is just a number check or gear check if ever you are allowed to enter into these ones. And I think 4,500 is the requirement for the level 60 Void Dungeon. And then finally, team dungeons. So these are the difficult dungeons that has really, really good rewards. So far, what we will have on launch day is going to be Hex Chest. Again, Hex Chest is basically going to have 3 difficulties. So you have your solo, story, elite. Oh, there's legendary. I didn't know about legendary. Solo basically is your own. Oh wait, solo and story, isn't this the same? And then elite is the 4-player, and then legendary is for 8 players. I think. So yeah, this is going to require nullification as well. I think max nullification that you need to be able to beat the queen and the king is around 4,500. Okay, I think it's 3,500 or 4,500 nullification. So as long as you have at least 5 legendary equipments, you should be able to enter here as well. And again, if you don't have 5, you should just craft Void equipment, because Void equipment will still give you a decent amount of nullification. Alright, so that's pretty much it for all the stuff that they have in the guide. So yeah, let me know if you have any other further questions, suggestions, comments. I'll try to respond to them as much as I can in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our final day before Crystal of Atlan launches. See you there. GG's. But if I lay down